yes, to this the beginning. I want to welcome you to the first Neuro Management Seminar organized by the Lithuanian Toastmasters Club, which will be given by a very interesting speaker today. His name is Davidovich. He is graduate in psychopathology, specialist in psychopathology, who has also a business degree, MBA, and more than 12 years experience as a CEO of pharmaceutical companies, and also training different companies that do mergers and acquisitions to solve their problem of conflict that appear in such cases in business. Today he is going to share his expertise and his experience and give us some introduction to a very interesting new field in management and business called Neuro management, or how the brain works while we make decisions in business. So I'm going to give the word to our speaker now, and please enjoy the seminar.
I don't know. It's okay with my voice like this, so I can know this is right, because I need one more right there. So maybe I can do it. Okay, first place, thanks a lot for the invitation. And I was commenting before that I did another presentation to another Toastmaster place in Luxembourg, just by chance, because there was somebody in one of the group I was training and invited me also there to do it. So I had the opportunity to meet people from Toastmaster before, and I'm very scared because I'm an expert in motivational speech, and that is something very important nowadays. So anyway, now today I will just give some kind of, let's say, highlights on something that's quite new. It's not enough time, of course, to develop all the program, but to have some idea what is this about. The point is that we are not using the brain as much as we should. At the same time, the brain is using us a lot to do many things that we don't know. And that all the information is good to understand a little bit how we function. The only thing, okay, already I was presenting, but just to my name, okay, it's Carlos, so please call me by my name. When I'm as a professional, I'm a medical doctor, and I was working, so any problems just let me know. I will tell you where to go. So, then I did many years in pharma business. First was as a, let's say, consultant as a medical, but then in business itself. Then I went in psycho, whatever, all these psychological things. And I tell you the truth, just for hoping. And then I'm originally from Argentina. I'm not European, I'm not Spanish. I'm from Argentina. My last name looks like a Latin name, but it's okay, that's the way. And let's say, yeah, already 7 years I'm doing this job, knowing neuro management and in developing leadership people in different companies, and doing one-to-one coaching as well. So that was a great opportunity. Now I'm doing coaching. And I want to share something because I'm very proud, because as you can see, I'm not a boy. And last year I finished my profession as a trainer in Tai Chi, and I love it. Sorry, I want to share it because I did it just last year. For me it was really important. Anyway, let's go and start to do an overview. And the decade from the 1999, the US Congress, the European Union after Japan, China, and India decided to name this decade as the decade of the brain. The previous one, the one is in the 80s, from the 80s to the 89, was mainly about all the findings in the space, all the research in the space. And a lot of products came from there. So it was the decade of the space. The following one, 2000-2009, was named like the decade of behavior. were recovered and applied in human life. And now we are already 2012. So, in this case, nobody knows still how to name it, because we are into it. But it seems that can be named as the decade of the mind. Because all the latest findings, they are changing a lot of things in, let's say, civilization in general. How many brains do we have?
2. The left
2.
hemispheres.
1. No. 1, 2. Okay, go. Depends. I'm not talking about men, okay? I'm talking about men. No, brain of the men.
You can have cognitive, you can have linguistic, you can have all different brains.
That are functions, not brains.
In one brain.
Depends. That's the right answer. We can say that we have one brain, right? The one we have here. We can say, and maybe if you want, I brought a real one. No, it's not true. That we can see is exactly the size of the real one and the weight of the real one. So, any one of you that wants just to check what is inside, always I put it here because it helps me to think. We can talk about, okay, let's do this. Please, can you stand up just 1 minute? I want to do an exercise with you. Let's see if you can do it as well. Please, you can hold yourself if you want. The right leg, move it in clockwise, like this, clockwise. Now with the right hands, draw the number 6. Can you do it? Do you see each other? How ridiculous we are? It's impossible, unless you train yourself. Now, you can do it. Come on, let's see, come on. Thanks a lot. Just what I did was to produce a crash between your 2 hemispheres. Something that we cannot do. Unless you train yourself. You can do it through training, of course. So, we also can say that we have 2 brains. That's the left brain, the linear thinking, and the right, the holistic thinking. There was a finding that the guy who described this deserved the Nobel Prize in 1881. Because nobody thought about this. This is specialization. The brain, the left lobe, the left hemisphere, the functions, you already know, just to revise the concept, they are in charge of restoring information. Also is in charge about numbers, about letters, so we can read and we can talk because let's say the file is there, not only there, but mainly there, is the one that can organize the ideas, the letters and the numbers, and is the comfort zone also. The comfort zone is in the left brain.
Excuse me.
Yes?
What is comfort zone?
Comfort zone means like you are right now. You are very comfort zone. I mean, the comfort zone is the area I feel that I know the rules. I feel comfortable, no risk. So I want, all of us, we want to keep this area because it's more safe.
That's in the analytical part of the brain.
It's there to keep everything like it is. Because to go beyond that, you need to create a new comfort zone. And change goes against the comfort zone. Tell me if I was clear.
Yeah, you were here. I'm not sure if I agree, so that's okay.
Okay. That is different. And the right one is in charge, it's like a big antenna. He's aware of everything around. Takes care of us, whatever happens around us. It doesn't have the time concept. It's not in the right brain. It's about to feel that we belong to a community. It's there. It's the one that is activated. We have fears, mainly about jobs, things that identify ourselves with the world. And memory is the one in charge of fantasy and creativity. I love this. It's very nice. Can you read this?
Yellow, orange, black, red, green, purple, yellow, red, orange, red, black, blue, red, purple, green,
Can you do it again? No, sorry, please.
Or backwards.
The issue is that your brain needs to do an extra job during this. Because again, I put two different information that are not logical. From one side we see the color, from the other side we see the letters. And then the brain needs to do an effort. We can say that we have three brains. You know that we call the trillion brain. Through evolution, we didn't replace brain. We were adding one brain over the other. The most primitive one, they call the archicortex, the most primitive one, is the one that belongs to the reptiles. Let's see. It's right here. In this area. Very, very primitive. We have it. It's the same, I say again, like the crocodiles, not the sandwich, and the reptiles. And this brain has very basic functions. To be awake or to sleep. To fight or to run away. To eat and to have sex. When I explain this, many people in the audience say, why do we need more brains? Okay, we need more brains. That's why we are here. Okay, please. The second brain is the brain that belongs to the big mammals. Could be the horse, could be the gorilla, you know? And in the human, that is exactly here in the middle, okay, can you see it? It's not big enough, but this is the primitive one, and this is what they call technically the limbic. But it doesn't matter, it means the emotional brain. And that is the key brain for human beings. And the last one, the neocortex, or the new brain, is situated here in the frontal part. We are human thanks to this part only, not to all the rest. That what makes us human beings. Okay? Anyone want to see it? Want to touch it? Don't worry, it's not real. And here another brain. So you only can think with the right brain now. So, what is the goal? The goal is that the three brains will work like a chariot in the right way. Synergism. That means that the chariot will be the primitive one. The horse should be in front. And who is guiding the chariot should be the human brain. Not always it's like this. Many times the horse is over the chariot and we are running without any kind of control. But that's what should be. Do you know what is the most powerful magnetic and electrical field in the body? It's the heart. And this is what we call now the fourth brain. Because it was proven that the cardiac brain has neurons, the same like in the brain, and has feelings, in not only in the romantic or poetic way. It's a real fact. The cardiac, the heart, receives orders from this brain, but at the same time gives order to the brain. And the last brain, the number 5, and that was the final number, is this brain, our guts. The latest finding showed that they have 100 billions of neurons. More neurons than the whole spinal cord. They are in the guts. So, we know the classical statement about gut feeling is not just a metaphor. And if we can listen and understand the message of this brain, we can get very good information. The gut brain also receives information from the number 1, but gives information to the brain upstairs 10 times more. Gives orders. If you don't believe me, think when you don't feel good in your stomach or your guts. What happens when we are not feeling good with this? Change our mood, change everything. And let's say more, even more. So, we can say that we have 5 brains. Leaders, managers, capability should use all of them. To set the strategy, the rational one. To empathize with others, the emotional one. and to take risks, he got, and to be able to go. The fundamental organizing principle of the brain is minimize danger and maximize rewards. And look at this. The fundamental organizing principle of companies, is minimize risk, maximize profits. Quite simple. And that's what I want to share with you. A lot of similarities, how the world is working and organizations, and how the brain is working. Because we didn't know about this. When you see this, what do you think? What do you feel? Say it. Words. I want words. Excited. What else?
Expensive.
Expensive. Luxury. Speed. What else?
Toy.
Sorry?
Toy.
Toy.
Luxury.
Perfection.
Engineering.
Power.
Power. What else?
New technologies.
New technology. What else? Come on, from the guts. Come on, say what you feel. Beautiful. Beauty. What else?
Fear.
Fear. It's too fast, right? What else? What else? Sorry? Yeah. When I show this, some my future husband. I don't care about the class, I care about the car. Once I showed this in a group, and one woman said, ego extension.
Yes.
I love it. Do you know why they have this kind of shape, light? It's not by chance. It's not aesthetical. That's a reason. That is a technical explanation, not the real one. The real one that awaits recognition process of faces in our brain. We see faces there. And maybe you understand through this. Any doubt about the association? Look at this, look at this. Why we reconnect one with the other? Because it has a purpose, a cellular purpose. This study that we just did, just a few minutes, was done by Earth in 2002. They showed this to many people, and they tried to find out what they feel, what they think, what they were expecting. The big finding was that the reward circuit activation was done. So activate something that means reward. The brain center for alcohol and sex were activated. Self-image, don't worry, we will know the test here, okay? That was very fast, so it's fine. Self-image and identification, emotional decision making, welfare and welfare search symbolize speed, power, and independence. I'm not saying this is right, I'm saying what evolves in the brain. Indicates richness, superiority, and most of the work were here, it's expensive. Social dominance. That's the way they want to sell us these kind of things. That is not by chance. What will happen now? If you see, I want to see things now. What do you see? More friendly. More friendly. What else?
Modest.
Modest.
Or city car.
City car.
Mr. Bean.
When I saw, sorry?
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. No, that's not exactly there. Do you know why the aspect, the frontal aspect of the meaning is like this? Because of this. So evoke this mainly in women. The factory said when a woman gets close to the meaning, want to just stroke it, carry the car. Okay, maybe you know.
Well, women usually say, oh, it's cute.
It's cute. Well, it's cute. That's another way to say it. Attractive, cute. But look at that. The men were saying, city car, comfortable. That's very pragmatic, you know. But before when we show the other car, they say, wow, speed and power and so on. Remember this contest was a long time ago. The fight between Pepsi and Coca-Cola. Remember it was in the 70s. What they did is, in all the United States, there were two classes, blind, nobody knew what it was. We put it in the street, and people taste one and the other to choose which one was they liked it the most. Pepsi was the winner, definitely. And Coca-Cola made the biggest mistake of their life. They changed the formula. They made the formula sweeter because they thought that was about the sugar. And they already their sales were coming down, and after this change were absolutely disaster. Then he decided to do a different test. The test was to put names, so everybody knew what was Pepsi, what was Coca-Cola. And in this moment, who won? Coca-Cola. Because activate different places in the brain.
Plastic Coke? The new Coke or the plastic Coke?
Too much details, sorry. Pepsi evolved sourness, sweeter. That was what impacts in the brain. Coca-Cola was about pleasant emotions, positive memories, strong social life. Different places in the brain. Even though, if you know right now, Coca-Cola is doing a big campaign linking Coca-Cola with happiness. They have a foundation of happiness, and they try to link both all the time. Sorry.
The question, is it just the name Coca-Cola or the whole picture?
No, not the picture. No, it's not the name. It's not the name. It's just the image. It's the logo. It's about the logo. But it's not also the logo. Remember, you try with the young kids and you just keep Coca-Cola, they want more Coca-Cola. But also is whatever is around Coca-Cola. It's not about Coca-Cola. What is this all about? What are we talking about? We are talking about something called neuro marketing. Or in other words, how to turn on the point S. Point S, I said, okay? Point S. And the point S is it's called the buy button. How to reach the ideal level of uncertainty to promote the mental activity to take a decision. And that nowadays is quite developed. And I tell you, I can recommend you some books, very nice books about this, very fun books. At the same time, it's scary. Why and how we buy. Because if we think that we have free will on this, forget. We are conditioned to buy certain things. And more they know why or which button to touch. Okay, any comment? Any question? You are too serious now? I'm getting scared.
Will they take it into the elections, presidential elections?
What are you talking about? What is the question, sorry?
Exact same things.
Yeah, they were using the same.
U.S.
Yes.
presidential election.
They were using the same. Absolutely, yes. These are some of the companies. There are many companies that are using this neuro marketing in their promotion. Some of them.
Apple is also doing absolutely.
But let's do the different things. I didn't have time today to show you. I have a very nice story about this. That was too much. Rational, analytical, thought and language is in the frontal brain, the human one. Trust and loyalty, human behavior, all decision making is done in the emotional brain. Decisions are taken in those areas that control your emotions, not your words. That's why many times we know that the answer is no, and when somebody says, okay, explain to me, I don't know how to say it. I need time to put words. Because the first decision is taken by the emotional brains, here or there or here, and in that part, words doesn't exist. So my recommendation to you is, when you feel that the decision is no or yes, just wait a little bit, because it's a real feeling, it's something very important that we will never be able to put words at the beginning. We need time. Am I clear about this?
Time for was like
To understand why, to justify, to make it rational, because the decision is not rational. In all decision-making process, our 5 brains are involved. The final weight of our decision, consciously or not, lies in our emotions. When I talk about this, people also react. Some people react a lot. They say, come on. I'm a rational guy, I take rational decisions. Sorry, no. We analyze, we do the rational analysis. It's fantastic, we need that. But the decision, the button to take the decision is in the emotional brain. It's not in the rational brain. So what I'm saying is, rational part is essential, but without the emotional part, we cannot take decisions. Am I clear about this? I don't say if you accept it, or if you agree. Yes?
Is it 100% true or
Sorry.
And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Because usually men say that they're like really rational, and then women they say that they're emotional, that we act emotionally and men act rationally. So well, I don't, but I mean they do, so I mean that's why.
It's true in different scenarios. But regarding decision, yes, please.
Does this have an impact on whether or not we're making right or wrong decisions?
Why?
I mean, the final way of our decisions, it doesn't really say if I'm making a right decision or a wrong decision. So I'm
No.
mixing these.
The point is, to make a decision, we need the emotional and the rational part. They work together. Only the rational cannot take a decision. That's what I say. Right or wrong, depends. Depends. I'm not saying that the emotion always take right decision. I don't know. I don't know if that was a study. The only things I can tell you is many times we don't listen to our emotions and the right decision was there. Because we analyze rational and we don't have the gut to follow our gut. And I'm not saying I'm wrong or right.
And if a person somehow identifies with the idea of rationality, does it mean that the person still acts on emotions, or can it somehow shift the decision making to the different part of the brain? I mean, you say that the decisions are done emotionally, but if you identify with the idea of rationality, can you shift it towards the rationality?
No, what you will do is to use rationality the best you can, and that is fantastic. But the bottom to take the decision is not in the rational brain, it's in the emotional brain. I'm not taking power or importance to the rationality, I'm not saying that. I'm saying we need the tool to take the decision. I'm not saying we take emotional decision all the time, no, I'm saying the emotions are involved always when we take a decision. Yes?
Is some part better at making the decision?
Some part?
Is some part better in making the decisions?
Be more specific.
Because you mentioned that usually the decision is done emotionally, which kind of suggests...
The final moment, yes.
Yes, which kind of suggests that the emotional part is righter than the rational part. So I'm asking whether one part is more clear.
I will say give better information. Gives better information. I'm not saying to take only emotional decisions. When we give all the rational information to the emotions take the decision also based on the rationality. But the decision is there. It's not in the rational. It's not 1 + 1, 2 and take the decision. It doesn't work. That's why I don't know how to answer your question. The point is, I said again, I don't want to make this kind of distinction about women emotional, men rational. No. All of us, we have everything. Women were trained to listen better to emotions. But that was a training process through evolution. We as a men, we were trained to use more the rational part. It's fine. We did a lot of good things with the rationality. But we cannot take decision without the emotional brain at the end. And I will ask you one question. What you will do? You have 2 friends. Okay? One friend is with you for millions of years. And thanks to this friend, we are still alive. Was protected, was defended. The other friend, the friend number 2, is with us for 40,000 years. Which one you will trust the most? The old friend that keep you alive, or the new friend that you still don't know exactly how it is?
But what does the new friend do for you?
rational brain. We acquired rationality only 40,000 years ago, the rational part, and this is the emotional brain. The emotional brain is with us for millions of years, and was helping us to be here today, still be here, because protect us a lot. I'm not saying this is wrong, I'm saying we are emotional beings with a rational software. That still we are trying to understand how it works. It's a matter of time. Yes?
Yeah. What are those numbers based on? Explain to us. What are the numbers based on? 40,000 years and 1 million years?
In the evolution of the brain. Remember that I told you that the emotional brain is even before the human brain. It's in the mammals. They already have it, so we bring it longer before. Rationality started developing only in the way we have it now, 40,000 years ago. It's a matter of time. Maybe through time we will trust at the same level and nothing else. Thanks a lot. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I can. Okay, sometimes it's more than it's half. I continue. If no, I just shut up and everybody sleeps. The brain has specific functions: sensitive, motor, and integration of process. When I say sensitive, it's about perception stimulus, compare, process, integrate. Hear, express, emit, we do things, right? And this integration, knowledge, memory, emotions. But always there is a but, right? Always there's something there. The brain builds up information with incomplete data, always. We never listen everything. Never. The brain is recklessly cognitive. It's a lazy boy. Never listen everything. Only a part and then goes to the file to complete the process. That's what the brain does. If I show you this, what you will tell me? Just first sight. Circle. But it's not true. It's almost a circle. If I show you this, you can read it, of course. Right? It's easy to read, even though it's loud. The brain is completing the rest. What about if I show you this? What do you see? A triangle. A triangle that doesn't exist. There are 3 Pac-Man. Yes? In a way that create a triangle. The triangle doesn't exist. We create the image. The brain creates and finalizes everything. What we listen, what we see. So, that's why communication is not that easy. That's why we need to repeat many times until the moment we really know that we are in the same track. Do I explain myself? The brain. Do you know? I didn't bring it here because it's quite known. The one that is those words that are written quite mixed, but only the first letter and the last letter is there. Do you know this? And you can read it anyway. The brain does the process. I am like this. Did you listen? I haven't listened to this sentence. I listened many times. I like this. Come on, I'm this way. Did you listen to this? Many people that say, I'm like this. Okay, this is not. I'm like this only if you want. And now I want to comment to you something called neuroplasticity. That also is very important in the process. What the London taxi driver's brain has in common with the professional musician's brain? What do they have in common?